Friederike Fabritius, the leading brain, neuroscience hacks to work smarter, better, happier. Unlock the potential of your brain and tap into peak performance with The Leading Brain, Neuroscience Hacks to Work Smarter, Better, Happier by Friederike Fabritius. Discover the sweet spot between stress and productivity and learn about the surprising benefits of emotional regulation, sleep, and intuition. Delve into the science behind building good habits and creating effective teams. Finally, understand the profound impact of social pain in the workplace and how to provide a supportive environment for your colleagues.
Finding your sweet spot. Discover the optimal stress levels for peak performance. Have you ever heard of the sweet spot? It's the area on a bat or tennis racket that gives you the best control and power when hitting a ball. But did you know that there's also a sweet spot for achieving top job performance? Psychologists Robert Yerkes and John Dodson found that just the right amount of applied stress would help rats navigate mazes, producing peak performance. The same applies to humans. We need the optimal amount of stress to reach our best levels of focus and attention. Too little, and we're bored and unfocused; too much, and we panic and lose focus. Interestingly, research shows that men typically require more stress than women to reach that sweet spot, likely due to higher testosterone levels. As we age and our testosterone levels decrease, the level of stress needed for peak performance also declines. By understanding the connection between stress and productivity, we can learn to find our own sweet spot and achieve our best results. With just the right balance of stress and focus, we can reach optimal performance and achieve our goals. Zidane's Headbutt, Understanding the Brain's Primitive Emotions. Zinedine Zidane's infamous headbutt during the 2006 World Cup final was a result of his primitive limbic system taking over his rational thinking. The limbic system is responsible for quick reflexes in response to perceived danger, but it can also lead to emotional outbursts. However, regulating emotions is possible through adequate sleep, as studies have shown that sleep-deprived individuals are more likely to lack controlled responses and be controlled by their emotions. By understanding the brain's primitive emotions, we can learn to regulate them and avoid potentially career-threatening situations. The power of habits. Habits account for a significant portion of our daily lives. These involuntary actions allow our minds to shift into autopilot mode, freeing us from the need for reasoning or motivation. However, not all habits are bad, and we can use them to our advantage. Psychologists at the University of Southern California suggest that around 45% of our daily lives are spent in the grip of habits. Developing new habits can take time and energy, as any new activity requires conscious thought. However, the process of establishing a new habit becomes easy once you know how to work with, rather than against, the formidable unconscious part of your brain. Habits often rely on cues, and to create new habits, we can associate them with an existing daily activity. For example, to make a habit of brushing your teeth in the morning, you can cue this activity to happen after breakfast, the moment you rinse out your coffee cup. With a little practice, establishing new habits becomes second nature, freeing up valuable mental energy for other tasks. The power of intuition. A fireman's intuition saved his team from disaster. Our unconscious mind is more powerful than our conscious mind and can store an unlimited amount of information. We should trust our intuition, especially in complex appraisal tasks. However, intuition has been undervalued in our culture for 250 years since the Enlightenment era. The Fantastic Four and high-performance teams. In 1961, Stan Lee introduced the Fantastic Four, each with unique superpowers that complement one another. This concept applies to high-performance teams in real life too. Anthropologist Dr. Helen Fisher evaluated neuroscientific data and determined 4 personality types: explorers, builders, negotiators, and directors. The ideal team has one of each type. Explorers need creative and engaging tasks, negotiators require recognition, directors thrive in a strong hierarchy, and builders prefer autonomy in scheduling. Words hurt. The idea that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, is not entirely true. Research shows that social pain, such as rejection or verbal abuse, activates the same areas in the brain as physical pain. When employees experience social pain, their performance and creativity can suffer. As a result, managers should pay attention to team dynamics and form strong social bonds with their employees to prevent social pain and maintain peak performance.
In The Leading Brain, Friederike Fabritius provides valuable insights into achieving peak performance through finding the sweet spot in stress levels, emotional regulation, adequate sleep, and trusting our intuition. We also learn the importance of developing good habits and building diverse, complementary teams. Furthermore, the book examines the power of social pain in the workplace and highlights the significance of fostering strong bonds among team members. By implementing these neuroscience hacks, you can cultivate a smarter, better, and happier work environment.